chapter 1, whether you can follow my teaching or not, or whether you are good students or not. So on page 54, in the middle there, we have quick review over chapters. So this chart is very useful for revising about each chapter. So this is a chart on chapters. This chart is attached to the end of this book, but it's better if you can photocopy that charts, and when you read, you keep the chart by your side, and then you go with the chart. So if you know this chart, you know the whole things about the chapters. So question 1 now: how many akusala chapters are there? There are 12. What are they? There are 8 lopa mula chapters, 2 dosa mula chapters, and the 2 moha mula chapters. Now, we shall go a little more in detail. What are the 8 lopa mula chapters? So you have to give the names of these 8 chapters. So let's try. Somanasa sahakatam, dechi kata sambayutam, asankharikam ekam, sa samkarikam ekam. The next page. Somanasa sahakatam, dechi kata vipayutam, asankharikam ekam, and sa sankharikam ekam. For the next 4, you just make it upikha sahagatam. Now, how many dosa mula chapters? So, what are they? So here, you pronounce this domanasa sahagatam, patiga sambayutam, asankharikam ekam, and the sa sankharikam ekam. And the 2 mohamula chapters, they are upikha sahagatam, vijikecha sambayutam, and upikha sahagatam, odacha sambayutam. So, if you want to sit for the examination, but we don't have the examination at the end of this teaching. It would be good if we have the examination. So, you have to practice writing these things. So only when you practice writing, so you can remember better. Otherwise, these Pali words, you are not very familiar. Now we go to the next row. Now, how many ahetuka chapters are there? Ahetuka means rootless, the chapters without roots. Now, what are they? They comprise 7 akusala vipaka chapters, 8 ahetuka kusala vipaka chapters, and 3 ahetuka kariya chapters. Now, what are these 7 akusala vipaka chapters? So, upikha sahagatam chakku vinyanam, upikha sahagatam sota vinyanam, upikha sahagatam gana vinyanam, upikha sahagatam jiva vinyanam. And this symbol stands for dukkha sahagatam kaya vinyanam, upikha sahagatam sampatichana chittam, upikha sahagatam santirana chaitam. Well, it seems the voice is a little low. So the next, the 8 ahetuka kusala vipaka chapter. The names are the same. The only difference is in this kaya vinyanam. Instead of dukkha sahagatam, you have it sukha sahagatam kaya vinyanam. And one more extra, you call that somanasa sahagatam santirana chaitam. So these are the chapters that cognize, that helps the chitta to cognize the sense objects. No? So we come to the three ahetuka kariya. Kariya means functional chaittas. What are they? Upekha sahagatam pancha dwara vachana. Pancha dwara vachana. 5 door adverting consciousness. And the next one, mano dwara, not the mind door. Mano dwara vachana, chaitam. And then the next one is somanasa sagatam hasitupada chaitam. So we have the 18 now. Now, how many kama sobana chaitas? 24. What are they? 8 mahakusala, 8 mahavipaka, and 8 mahakariya. Now, what are the 8 mahakusala chaitas? So, the names would be the same, like the Lobha Mula chaita. So, manasa sahakatam, jnana sambayutam asankharikam ekam sasankharikam ekam. So, manasa sahakatam, jnana vipayutam asankharikam ekam sasamkharikam ekam. The next 4 takes upekha sahagatam. Then the 8 mahavipaka and the mahakariya, they are named the same thing. No? They are named in the same way. So now you know the 54 kama vajra chaitas that comprise 12 akusala, 18 ahetuka, and 24 kama sobana. Then we go to the next topic is mahekata chaitas. On page 54, there is at the bottom there, number 5, you get mahekata chaitas. How many of them? 27. So what are they? These 27 mahekata chaitas comprised the 15 rupa vajra chaitas and the 12 arupa vajra chaitas. So together they are 27. All these chaitas are the jhana chaitas. All of these are the jhana chaitas. Why do you call them mahekata? So the answer is on page 55. At the top there. Mahekata literally means grown great. That is developed, exalted, or supernormal. Mahekata chaita is the state of developed consciousness attained in the fine material and the immaterial absorptions. Mahekata chaitas are more developed or more exalted than kama chaitas. You just note that. Mahekata means more developed or more exalted. So they are, these mahekata chaitas, they are more developed or more exalted than these kama vajra chaitas. Since they are the jhana, they are associated with strong concentration. Strong concentration. Only you have very strong concentration. Your mind will remain focused or absorbed on each the sense object. So because of that great, the concentration, they are more intense. So the kama property would also be more weighty. They are more weighty. So you remember here we have 8 mahakusala chaita. When we perform meritorious deeds, for example, almsgiving, or observing morality, or undertaking meditation, during that time, you are developing mahakusala chaita. So mahakusala chaitas will arise by billions every second. So in 2 hours of Abhidhamma study, how many kusala chaita you are going to have? So, you say that 1 billion, every snap of the hand, 1 billion, 1 billion, 1 billion. So, many billions, thousands of billions of kusala chaita. After they arise, they dissolve, but they leave behind their karmic property. They leave the karmic property in your mental stream. So they are accumulated in your mind, since the chaita arise one after another. So we say it flows like a stream. So we call mental stream. So your karmic property would be deposited in your mental stream. So that karmic property, the one chitta will produce one karma. And that one karma can produce a blissful existence, either in the human world or in the Deva world. So how many blissful existence you will have? Just by attending one, the Abhidhamma lecture, billions of the good existence that you are entitled to, you will have it. So, you have to believe it, because we have concrete evidences about this karma and its property. Very, very concrete evidences. So you will learn later on. So don't miss these classes. Don't miss this class. So you are accumulating great karma. That is what more than all the money you are going to earn in this life. Much, much more valuable. Because the Buddha said, Sabbe Satta Kammasaka. These karmas are your own property. Now they will be with you in every existence. How is it? You will learn later on. So we'll explain to you later on. So if you want to have more exalted, the kusala karma, then you try to develop this rupa vajra kusala karma. So there will be greater, the greater in strength, the meritorious deed. So, this more exalted meritorious deed can be performed by developing this jhana. So if you can develop arupa jhana, so again it is greater, the meritorious deed it is. So this rupa vajra karma, they will condition you to be reborn as Brahma. So there you can live for thousands of world cycles. So you will have very long lifespan because the karma is very strong. And this arupa vajra kusala chaita, they will give rise to arupa vajra kusala karma, we'll say. So they will condition you to be reborn in the arupa, the immaterial sphere. So there you have longer life, longer life. So because of that, you can see they are mahekata, more exalted, more exalted. Now, what are the 15 rupa vajra chaita? They are 5 rupa vajra kusala chaitas. You can just read 5 rupa vajra vipaka chaitas and 5 rupa vajra kariya chaitas. These are all jhana chaitas. Now, how do you call the 5 rupa vajra kusala chaita? So these are the names. So you have to read from above. Now these are the jhana factors, we say. So what are they? Vitaka, vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahitam. Together with these 5 jhana factors. And what is the name? Patama. Patama means first. So patamach, rupa vajra kusala chaita. Patamach jhana, rupa vajra kusala chaita. Now if you get one, you get the rest. So when you go to the second jhana, you start from here. Vichara, piti, sukha, ekagata, sahitam, dutayach jhana. Dutayach jhana, rupa vajra kusala chaitam. The next one, piti, sukha, ekagata, savajra kusala chaitam. The fourth one, sukha, ekagata, sahitam, jadotach jhana, rupa vajra kusala chaitam. The last one, upikha, ekagata, sahitam, panchamach jhana, rupa vajra kusala chaitam. For the vipaka chaita, you just change kusala to vipaka. The same thing for the 5 rupa kariya chaita, you just change kusala to kariya. So you can name the 5 rupa vajra, not the 15 rupa vajra chaitas. Now what are the 12 arupa vajra chaitas? They consist of 4 arupa vajra kusala, 4 vipaka and 4 kariya. How do you name them? The first group. So these arupa chaitas, they have the same jhana factors as the 5th jhana. Because based on the fifth jhana, you go higher to this arupa jhana. So you just say, just like here, Upikha ekagata sahitam akasanancha yarana kusala chaitam. No? Akasanancha yarana. And what is the next one? Upikha ekagata sahitam vinyanancha yarana kusala chaitam. The next one? Akinchanya yarana kusala chaitam. And the next one? Niva sanya na sanya yarana kusala chaitam. So you're not very familiar with that. You have to read. You have to read. Not try to memorize them. No. So just that 4 words. No. Akasanancha yarana, Vainyanancha yarana, Akinchanya yarana, Niva sanya na sanya yarana. So you know the 12 arupa vajra chaitas now. So we go to number 6 on page 55. We call them Lokiya chaitas. How many Lokiya chaitas are there? So this chart here, we show you that. Now this is Lokiya, the chaita. There are 81. How do you get it? Actually, you are combining 54 with this 27. So this 44 plus 27, the 81 chaitas, they are called Lokiya chaitas. No, Lokiya comes from Loka. No, Loka is a sphere, not the sphere of existence. So we have seen there are 3 spheres of existence: the Kama sphere, Kama Loka, the sense sphere, and the Rupa Loka, the 5 material sphere, Arupa Loka, the immaterial sphere. Right? No, we have those 3 spheres. So these 3 spheres, the Kama Loka, Rupa Loka, Arupa Loka. So when you combine them, we call them Okasa Loka. Have you ever heard the word Lokasa? Okasa Loka. So the Buddha said there are 3 lokas. In Loka we do. The attribute of the Buddha, Loka we do. The knower of 3 worlds, we say. Loka we do means the knower of 3 worlds. So the 3 worlds actually means Okasa Loka. All these 31 planes of existence. So these spheres, we have 11 Kama planes, 16 Rupa planes, and 4 Arupa planes. So 20 Brahma planes and 11 Kama planes. Altogether, you get 31 planes of existence. So, if you say in brief, we say 3 bhumi or 3 spheres. So 3 spheres. They are Kamas, Kama Loka, Rupa Loka, Arupa Loka. So in English you can say the sense sphere, the 5 material sphere, and the immaterial sphere. There are 3 spheres. So they contain altogether 31 planes of existence. So according to our cosmology, the Buddhist cosmology, so there are 31 planes of existence in each universe. So these 31 planes of existence are the places or the realms where living beings are being born. So they are called Okasa Loka. These are called Okasa Loka, the places where living beings are born. And all these living beings, comprising all in these 31 planes, they will be called Satta Loka. Satta, you mean living being. So all these are called Satta Loka. And the other Loka is Sankhara Loka, because only Nama Rupa exists in this place. So this Nama Rupa are known as Sankhara Loka. That is the 3 Loka. So in Loka we do, the Buddha knows these 3 worlds. So these are called Loka. In other words, this 54 and 27, 81 chaitas, they arise in these 31 planes of existence. They arise in Okasa Loka. They are alive in all this being. Because they are associated with Loka, they are called Lokiya chaita. Those chaita, that arise in this loka. No, that's what it means. So the chaita that arise in this loka, Agasa loka, would be 81 chaitas. So you can read that later on. I gave the explanation here also. No? So if you can read it before you come, that would be much better. So you know now that there are 81 Lokiya chaita. No? Now, when we go to the next, number 7, we call Lokuttara chaita. No, Lokuttara is supramundane chaita. So, there are 2 numbers there, given 8 or 40. So from this chart we know yesterday, if we undertake vipassana, by vipassana yanika way, vipassana yanika way, then we will have 8 Lokuttara chaita. So if we take the samatha yanika way, there will be altogether 40 Lokuttara chaitas. Yesterday. So you already know the 4 mega chaita. The Lokuttara kusala chaitas are the 4 mega chaita. Sodapati mega, Sakadagami mega, Anagami mega, Arahata mega. So these are the Lokuttara kusala chaita. Kusala chaita. You also call them mega chaita. And their fruition or their vipaka means their resultant. So the resultant is also called phala in Pali. Phala means vipaka, the same thing. They are the resultant of these mega. So they have the same name. Sodapati phala, Sagadagami phala, Nagami phala, Arahata phala. So these are the 8 Lokuttara chaitas. So we say in brief, there are 8 Lokuttara chaitas. But when you undertake the samatha yanika way, so you can develop your concentration up to the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, or fifth jhana. Whichever jhana, you can develop your concentration first. Then you undertake meditation. So when you get the Sotapati mega, so that Sotapati mega will be associated with Patama jhana. So if you take the second jhana as the base, then your Sotapati mega will be associated with the second jhana. The same thing, it can also be associated with the third jhana, the fourth jhana, and the fifth jhana. So we have 5 kinds of Sotapati mega. They are the same Sotapati mega, just like here. But the difference is they associate with different jhana, with different concentration. So we differentiate them into 5 types of chaita. So as we have 5 Sotapati mega chaita, so when you go higher to the second mega chaita, you undertake meditation the same way. You can take the Patama jhana, second jhana, third jhana, fourth jhana, fifth jhana as your base for meditation. So again, the Sakadagami mega can be associated with first jhana or second jhana or third jhana or fourth jhana or fifth jhana. So you get 5 kinds of Sakadagami mega again. The same thing with the higher mega. So altogether, how many mega chaitas you have? 20. And their fruition, as soon as you get the mega, you get the phala. The phala follows immediately. So if your mega is this one, your phala would be this one, the same thing. If your mega chaita is accompanied with the second jhana, your phala chaita will also be accompanied by the second jhana, the same thing. So you have also 20 phala chaita. So altogether you have 40 Lokuttara chaitas in Samatha Yanika way. So in the Lokuttara chaitas, there are two numbers. You have the total numbers are different because you are having 2 methods of developing these chaitas. So okay now. Now, if you combine with this 8 Lokuttara chaita, with this 81 Lokiya chaitas, what will you have? You will have the total chaitas in brief as 89. So that is number 8 here given to you. The total number of chaitas can be either 81 or 121. The 81 Lokiya Chaitas together with 8 Lokuttara Chaitas, that is the Vipassana Yanika way, will make up 89 Chaitas in all. Or if we combine 81 Lokiya Chaitas with 40 Lokuttara Chaitas, that is the Samatha Yanika way, we get 121 Chaitas in all. So the total number of Chaitas, now the total number can be either 89 or 121. So you get 89 by combining this 81 with 8 Lokuttara Chaita. And you get 121 by combining again this 81 Lokiya Chaita with the 40 Lokuttara Chaita. So you get 121. Is that all right? So it seems when you come to Lokuttara Chaita, no voice. So it seems you get a little gap there. So all right now. So we can go to number 9 then. Asovana Chaitas. Now Asovana means not beautiful. So they comprise, you can read on page 55, the last paragraph. So these Asovana Chaitas, they number 30. Now what are they? The 12 Akusala Chaita and the 18 Ahetuka Chaita. The Akusala Chaitas are not beautiful. So beautiful means Sobana. If they are not beautiful, you say Asobana. They are Asobana because they are associated with evil roots, Lopa, Dosa, Moha. These are evil, wicked and ugly. So they are not beautiful. These Akusala Chaitas are not beautiful. Now, the next page. The Ahetuka Chaitas are regarded as not beautiful. Again, Asovana, because they are not associated with wholesome, beautiful roots. Namely, Alopa, generosity, Dosa, goodwill, and Moha, wisdom. So, these Ahetuka Chaita, they are rootless. They do not associate with any root. So they don't contain the beautiful roots, Alopa, Dosa, Moha. And because they don't contain these beautiful roots, they are said not to be beautiful. So they are not faulty or blameworthy. They are just neutral Chaita. The eye consciousness, the ear consciousness, they are just neutral Chaita. We call them not beautiful because they are not associated with beautiful roots. So we say a woman is not very attractive yet because she has not applied the makeup and the ornaments. So no makeup, no lipstick, so not very attractive. So we say Asovana. Now if you take this 30 as Asovana, that means all the rest are Sobana. They are beautiful. And again, they are beautiful because all these Chaita, they associate with beautiful roots. They associate with those beautiful roots, Alopa, Dosa, Moha. So you call them beautiful. You call them beautiful. So on page 56 again, number 10. Now, how many Sobana Chaitas are there? So again, your answer should be, the number of Sobana Chaitas is either 59 or 91. You have to give 2 answers. Now, how do you get 59? So from the total Chaitas in brief, that is 89, you subtract this Asovana 30, so you get the 59. And the 91 is obtained by subtracting this 30 from the total Chaitas, that is, the 121, you get 91 Sobana Chaitas. Then number 11, the question is, how many Jhana Chaitas are there? The total number of Jhana Chaitas, how many of them? So here they give you the number 67. How do you get 67? So I told you, these Mahekata Chaita are the Jhana Chaita. They are the Jhana Chaita. Usually we call them Lokiya Jhana Chaita because they belong to the Lokiya Chaita. They are included in the Lokiya Chaitas. So these Jhana Chaitas are also called Lokiya Jhana Chaitas. And these are called Lokuttara Jhana Chaitas. So these 40, they associate with jhana, so they are also regarded as the jhana chaita. So these are 40 Lokuttara jhana plus 27 Mahagata jhana or Lokiya jhana. So the total number is 67. Okay? Now, again the next question. In these 67 jhana chaitas, how many are the first jhana one? How many the second jhana one? So in that case, you can count like this. Now you first take the 15 Rupa Vajra jhana first. Now this group consists of these 3 subgroups. And among the 5 Rupa Vajra Kusala jhana, you see there's 1 first jhana, 1 second jhana, 1 third jhana, 1 fourth jhana, and 1 fifth jhana. Just 1 each. The same thing with here and here. Just 1 each. So how many first jhana would you have here? 3, okay? And 3 second jhana chaita, 3 third jhana chaita, 3 fourth jhana chaita, and 3 fifth jhana chaita. 3 each, okay? Now, you go to the Lokuttara jhana chaita, here. All the Arupa Vajra jhana chaita, they are classified among the 5th Rupa Vajra jhana. They are regarded as the 5th Rupa Vajra jhana because they have the same jhana factors as the 5th Rupa Vajra jhana. So all these 12, they will be counted among the 5th Rupa Vajra jhana. Now, among the Lokuttara jhana chaitas, so you go to the first group. The 5 Sotapatti Magga chaitas consists of 1 first jhana, 1 second jhana, 1 third jhana, 4th jhana, 5th jhana, 1 each. The same thing with the other Magga chaitas and Phala chaitas, just 1 each. So how many first jhana you have here? 4 here, 4 here, so there will be 8. And what will be second jhana? The same thing, 8. And third jhana, 8. Fourth jhana, 8. And the fifth jhana, 8. Now you combine all together. So you have 3 first jhana here, 8 first jhana here. So you combine them, you get 11 first jhana chaita. The same thing, 11 second jhana chaita, 11 third jhana chaita, 11 fourth jhana chaita. And when you come to the 5th jhana, now this 11 fifth jhana must be combined with this 12 Arupa jhana chaita. So you get 23 fifth jhana chaita. So they are given to you on page 11. So you can read page 11 and we do the same thing. So you get the answer now. So we can go to number 12 now. Number 12 is division according to jati. According to jati. Or the jati in Pali means bhat. According to their bhat. So the chaitas are divided into 4 classes. According to jati, vist, akusala, kusala, vipaka, and kariya chaita. So these are taken as classification according to jati. Like the human beings in India, they differentiated different people by caste there. You have the caste there. They also have 4 castes according to the Hinduism. According to Hinduism, there are 4 castes. So they say all human beings are created by Mahabrahma, the great Brahma. That great Brahma actually belongs to the first, the Brahma plate. So Mahabrahma, they think him to be the creator. So the Brahmins, they said, Oh, the Brahmins are created from the mouth of Mahabrahma. So they are holy. they are created from the mouth. They have the say to the Brahma. So if you want to offer things to the Mahabrahma, they would do for you. Only they can do it for you. And they would take the things that you offer. No, they would take the things that you offer because that is their living. No, that's living. And the kings and the brave, no, the brave person, they are created from the hand muscle, the arm muscle. So they are called Khattiya, Khattiya caste. And then you have the Vissa. The Vissa, the merchants, traders, those rich people with big stomach, so they not with big belly, so they are created from the stomach, they say. And they have the Sutta, the Sutta caste, created from the legs or from the curve of the Mahabrahma. So they have to walk, they have to do the manual work. So they are low, they are low in caste. So in India, these low caste persons are not allowed to drain the same pot which is used by the Brahmins. So the Brahmin, they think they are very holy. So the Sutta ones, they are downgraded ones. So they have four castes. In the same way here, the Chaitas can be classified into four classes according to their birth. So we say it is by birth here. So here is Akusala, Kusala, Vipaka, Kariya. So this chart, we already classify them separately now. So after there are four classes by birth, then the question is, can you, among now, you take this Kama Vajra Chaita. There are 54 Kama Vajra Chaita. Now, can you classify these 54 Kama Vajra Chaitas into different Chaitas according to birth or Jati, according to Jati? So, in that case, you have to divide this 54 according to this number. So you just count here. So in this 54 Kama Vajra Chaitas, how many Akusala Chaitas are there? 12. How many Kusala? 8. How many Vipaka Chaitas? So you have to add these three groups. 7 Akusala Vipaka, 8 Ahetuka Kusala Vipaka, 8 Mahavipaka. So how many do you get? 15 plus 8, 23. So you will say there are 12 Akusala Chaita, 8 Kusala Chaita, 23 Vipaka Chaitas, and 11 Kariya Chaitas. So there's one thing you should note. Now, these 23 Vipaka Chaitas, they belong to the Kama Vajra Chaitas. So together, they are called Kama Vajra Vipaka Chaitas. So you should know that. Kama Vajra Vipaka Chaita. So there are 23 Kama Vajra Vipaka Chaita. That means among the Kama Vajra Chaitas, 23 are Vipaka Chaitas. That's all. And the same thing, these 11 Kriya Chaita, how would you call them? Since they belong to Kama Vajra Chaita, you would call them Kama Vajra Kariya Chaitas. Okay. Now, try to differentiate the 27 Mahakata Jhanas according to Jati or according to birth. So how many Akusala? No Akusala Chaita. How many Kusala? 5 plus 4, you get 9 Kusala Chaita. The same thing, 9 Vipaka Chaitas and 9 Kariya Chaita. Now 9 into 3 times will give you 27. Now again, these 5 Rupa Vajra Kusala Chaita and the 4 Arupa Vajra Kusala Chaita, these 9 Kusala Chaita, together you can call them Mahakata Kusala Chaitas. Now, then how you call this Vipaka Chaita then? Mahakata Vipaka Chaita, and Mahekata Kariya Chaita. So 9 each. No, 9 each. So you should know that word. No, you should know that word because we will use these words later on. So you have to be familiar with this. So you cannot run away from the class. So if you run away from the class, then you don't know. No, you don't know anything. So you have to, you have to be familiar with each lecture. Then there's no difficulty for you. You will understand very clearly. But you just, after the lecture, you just keep it away. And only you pick it up when you come here. So, you will forget what has been taught before. So try to go over, at least about once or twice. So, in that case, you'll be very easy, not very difficult. Now, how about we try to combine these two now? So, you take the 81 Lokiya Chaita and you differentiate them according to their jati. So, you are going to, you are adding this 54 and this 27. You are taking the 81 now. So, your line would be up to this. There's 81 Chaita, So you come up to where? Up to this, the Lokiya Chaita, Now, among these, how many Akusala Chaitas are there? Again, 12. And how many Kusala? So then here you add 8 with 9. You get 17 Kusala Chaita. Now, how would you call these 17 Kusala Chaitas together? Collectively, how would you call them? Since they belong to the Lokiya Chaita, you will call them Lokiya Kusala Chaita. So there are 17 Lokiya Kusala Chaitas. So if you ask in the examination, how many Lokiya Kusala Chaitas are there? So you can say 17. And what are they? You should be able to say. What are they? You should be able to say. So if you're familiar with this chart, then you can just, the Kusala, the 17, you can see easily from here. So they are the 8 Mahakusala, 5 Rupavasara Kusala, and the 4 Arupavasara Kusala. Very easy. Now, how many Vipaka Chaitas you have? Remember, we have 23 Kamavajra Vipaka and 9 Mahekata Vipaka. 23 plus 9, you get 32. So 32 Vipaka Chaita that belong to the Lokiya Chaita. So how would you call them collectively? 32 Lokiya Vipaka Chaita. So now among the Lokiya Chaitas, the total Vipaka Chaitas is 32. Remember that. And how about Kriya Chaitas? You have here 11 Kamavajra and 9 Mahekata. 11 plus 9, you get 20 Kriya Chaitas. Now, add 8 Lokuttara Chaitas to that number. You add this. So you get now 89 Chaitas. So you are going to differentiate this 89 now. Now among this 89, how many are Kusala? Again 12. So these are the Chaita in brief, 12. And how many Kusala? So 17 plus 4. You are just taking this 8. You don't take this yet. So 17 plus 4, you get 21. 12, 21. So you can remember easily. Just the reverse. 12, 21. And then the Vipaka, 32, you just say, and 32, up to here is 32. You add with 4, you get 36 Vipaka Chaita and 20 Kriya Chaita. That is, these are the number for the 89 Chaita. Now, instead of 8 Lokuttara, you take the 40 Lokuttara Jhana Chaita, so you get 121. Now, what would be the analysis of 121? How many are Kusala? Again, 12. And how about Kusala? So this 17 must be added to 20. How about Vipaka? 32 plus 20, you get 52. And Kriya still remains 20. So, That is division according to Bhat or Jati. Okay? You get it now? So, if you're not very sure, try to read. So, they are given here in the book. No? I walk everything out here in the book, so it would be easy for you. Now, on page 57, we come to number 13. Division according to Vedana. Now, Vedana is feeling. It is a Cetasika. It is a Cetasika. No? So, there are 5 types of feeling. They are given here. No? So, you have Somanasa, Upekha, Domanasa, Dukkha, Sukha. So these are the 5 types of feeling. They represent this Vedana Cetasika. Now Vedana, the sensation of feeling, can be 5 types. So in this chart, we mention the Vedana associated with each Ceta by the symbols here. So you know which Ceta is associated with what feeling. You already know here. Now, what we do here, so also here on page 57, you are given the 5 Vedana. Somanasa is given the positive sign. So, it is actually mentally agreeable feeling or pleasant feeling. And Domanasa is mentally disagreeable or painful feeling. And Sukha, the physical happiness. Actually, I think it's better to say pleasant bodily feeling. Pleasant bodily feeling. Dukkha would be painful, bodily feeling. So the upekha, you say it is a neutral feeling. So all of these are feeling. So again we come to here. Please look here in this chart. Somanasa is pleasant mental feeling, where Sukha is pleasant bodily feeling. Domanasa, unpleasant or painful mental feeling. And Dukkha, painful bodily feeling. Upekha, neutral feeling. So 5 types of feeling. So each Ceta, they must associate with one type of feeling. One type of feeling. So we are going to divide these 89 or 121 Cetas according to Vedana. So when we do that, we cannot take the 8 Lokuttara Ceta, because here the feeling associated with each Ceta is not definite. It can be either Somanasa or Upekha. So actually you have to make the correction there. In the last paragraph on page 57, please look at that. In chart number 1, we should notice that the 8 Lokuttara Cetas, that is, the 4 Maggas and the 4 Phalas, are designated by the dual symbol. The dual symbol means plus or minus. It should be like this, plus or minus. So you have to put the minus sign there. One minus sign, just like here, plus or minus, indicating that they may be associated with either Somanasa or Upekha. So they are not definite. So the 40 Lokuttara Ceta can be, however, differentiated by Vedana. We can make a table. So the table is given on page table 11 for dividing separate groups of Ceta according to Vedana. So please look at the table. 1.1 on the next page. There is classification of Cetas according to feeling. So the name of Cetas are given on the left-handmost column. And the 5 Vedana, that is the 5 types of feeling, are given as at the top. Somanasa, Domanasa, Upekha, Sukha, and Dukkha. Now, we take first, according to this big chart, we take this group first. Now, in the Akusala Cetas, so how many are Somanasa? So you just count the positive sign. You get 4 Somanasa and 2 Domanasa and 6 upekha, right? So we just put in here. So among the akusala chaita, 4 accompanied by somanasa feeling, 2 domanasa, 6 upekha. No sukha, no dukkha. Alright? Now you take the next group. That is the 18 ahetuka chaita. How many positive now? Only 2. 2 somanasa and 1 dukkha, 1 sukha, and the remaining 14 are upekha. 14 upekha. So you fill in the table. Now in the ahetuka chaita, we have 2 somanasa, according to this table. 2 somanasa, 14 upekha, 1 sukha, 1 dukkha. Okay, you saw that? No? So, 2 somanasa, 1 dukkha, 1 sukha, and 14 upekha. Now, let's go to the next group. That is among 24 kama sovana. So, plus sign of 4, 4, 4, 12. And the same thing, you have 12 negative. So, 12 somanasa and 12 upekha. So, please fill in the table. So, of the kama sovana, you get 12 somanasa and 12 upekha. Now, you add so far. Now, when you add these 3 groups of chaita, what do you have? You have 54 kama vajra chaita. So, among these 54 kama vajra chaitas, how many are somanasa? So here, according to this table, you add the figure. You get what are the figures? 18 somanasa, 2 domanasa, 32 upekha, 1 sukha, and 1 dukkha. So this is the number. This is the number. Usually in Myanmar, we used to make a rhyme in order to remember this number. No? So we say, now how do we say it? 1832. No? 18. Well, just leave it. We go to the next group then. No? The 27 Mahagata Chaita. So we are taking all the 27, the 2 groups here. Now, how many positive signs? 4, 4, 4, you get 12 positive. That is somanasa. And how many negative signs? 3 plus 12, 15. So only 2 kinds. You have 12 somanasa and 15 upekha. So we add to the above numbers. Now what do you get now? So if you add the 54 kama vajra chaita with 27 mahagata, so you get 81 lokiya chaita. Now among lokiya chaita, how many somanasa? 30. And domanasa, 2. Upekha, 47. Sukha, 1. Dukkha, 1. And finally, you take the 40 Lokuttara Chaita. So very easy here. How many positive signs? 4 into 4, 16. And again 16 years, so you get 32 positive and 8 negative. So you fill in here 32 somanasa and 8 upekha. So the grand total for all that 121 chaita. So among the 121 chaita, how many are somanasa? 62. Domanasa, 2. Upekha, 55. Sukha, 1. Dukkha, 1. So we used to make the rhyme for this. What we say, Upanchichi, Upanchichi, Do cha dwe, Do dwe, Do su ek. Now that's what we do. Upanchichi, Do cha dwe, Do dwe, Do su ek. No? So, you don't know it. Very helpful when you try to sit for examination. So if they ask you, try to divide all the 121 chaitas according to their vedana, according to different feeling. So by this rhyme you can write down the answer. No? Upanchichi. U means upekha. No? U means upekha. Pancheche means pancha. That is 55. No, upekha 55. Upancheche. Do means do manasa. Cha dve. So cha, you have to need to know the Pali a little bit. No, chatama means 6. Dve means 2, 62. Cha dve. So we know it's 62. Do dve. Do means so cha dve. So manasa 62. Do dve. Do manasa 2. Do su means dukkha sukha. Ek means eka. Eka means 1. 1 each. So very easy. So you know now. So you know. So these things are very helpful. Okay. So much for with the Chaita. Okay. No? Is that all right now with the Chaita? So try to be familiar to know this chart. So if you know this chart, then you know about the Chaita. So these are all the Chaitas that can arise in different beings. So we know now. No? So you have the Kama Vajra Chaita that arise most frequently in the sense sphere in us. And also we have Mahagata, more exalted Chaita. So by undertaking meditation, now we can develop these jhana Chaita. They are more exalted. Then by undertaking insight meditation, you can develop the Lokuttara Chaita. So they are the most exalted. The most exalted. So you can develop your mind to become more and more powerful. So when you get these jhanas, you can go to the abhinya. The abhinya, the supernormal power. So you can make your mind very, very powerful. But this supernormal power, the Buddha, actually, he didn't praise them much. Because though you have the abhinya, you have great trouble to maintain that abhinya. Because you have to maintain your concentration. So if you enjoy the sense pleasure, watching the movie, eating in a restaurant, so you don't pay attention to the meditation, so it is gone. Your power would be gone. So it would be great trouble to maintain this supernormal power. So with this power, what would you do? So with this power, no worldly things. Worldly things are all dukkha. So they are actually unsubstantial, not much valuable. So what we should actually try is to attain Lokuttara Chaita. Only then the Buddha admire you. So the Lokuttara Chaita is the best. So we can develop these Lokuttara Chaita. Now let's go to the next. 1 hour has gone. Okay, we go to chapter 2 about Cetasika, about the mental factors. I think this would be easy. It's a new. Now, what are Cetasika? What are Cetasikas? So Cetasikas are mental factors or mental concomitants that arise and perish together with Chaita. So at least you must know that. And they depend on Chaita for their arising. And they can influence the mind to be bad, good, neutral as they arise. Now a Cetasika has the following 4 characteristic properties. 1, it arises together with Chaita, consciousness. It perishes together with Chaita. 3, it takes the same object, the sense object, in Pali we call aramana, which Chaita takes. It shares a common physical base, vatu, with the Chaita. So to be a Cetasika, it must possess these 4 characteristics. So it must arise together with the Chaita, dissolves or perish together with the Chaita. And it takes the same sense object as the Chaita. And also, it depends on the same physical base. In Pali we call vatu. So this Citta and Cetasika, they have to depend, on this physical base for their arising. So this Citta and Cetasika, we say they are associated. So they arise together and dissolve together. So they have to take the same sense object, and they depend on the same physical base. Okay? Now, so I think you will understand later on. So, now, which is more powerful? Well, that is for you to think about. When we say now the Citta, the mind is most powerful. The Buddha also said that. The mind controls the world. It leads the world. The mind is all powerful. The same thing. Western psychologists, they also say the same thing now. They support the Buddha. They say the mind is most powerful in the world. The mind can accomplish anything you want. But you have to believe that you can do it. When we say the mind can move a mountain from here to other, if you don't believe it, you cannot move it. But if you really believe it, you can do it, you can do it. You can do it. But actually, when you go to Abhinya, you have the mind becomes very, very powerful. Then you have this full belief. You can create whatever you want. So you can do it. You can do it. You can do it. Well, there are some many stories, but if we go that story, we won't finish. So, now, the mind is actually a combination of Citta and Cetasika. Citta is just awareness of the senses. It is just awareness of the senses. We say consciousness or awareness of the senses. And the Cetasika, they have different properties, different functions. They help the Citta in cognizing the sense object. But they also influence the Citta to be bad or to be good. Like when you come to the Abhinya. Abhinya's supernormal power is the power of wisdom. Wisdom is a Cetasika. But that wisdom has to depend on Citta for its arising. But that special power comes from wisdom. Comes with the wisdom. So when we say the mind is very powerful, that means it is the combination of Citta and Cetasika that is very, very powerful. Now if we ask you, of the two, Citta and Cetasika, which is more powerful? So what would be your answer? Well, to decide for that, I give you two simas on page 60. We say, in a house, the husband is, he is the chief in the house. He has the say in the house. But his wife can influence her, can influence him. So he always acts what his wife tells him to do. So in that case, who is more powerful? These two. The husband or the wife. So when we say that the husband is the leader, so he is quite powerful. But he is dominated by the wife. So in that case, who is more powerful? Well, I think the children should ask, both mother and father are powerful. And another good example is using the elephant in the sawmills to carry woods. Now, the elephants, they are strong and powerful. They can carry the logs, the heavy log. But they cannot do the work by themselves. They have to be guided by the elephant rider. So who is more powerful with these two? Elephant or elephant rider? So the strength is with the elephant. The elephant is like the Citta. And the rider is like the Cetasika here. It can influence it can guide, direct the elephant. Now, of the two, only when both of them are present, you can do useful work. So if you take away one, no work will be done. So we say both of them are indispensable. Both of them are important. Both of them are powerful, you should say like that. Now, classification of Cetasika. No? On page 60 at the bottom there. Now please look at that chart there. There are altogether 52 Cetasikas. Now we classify them into 3 groups first. Now the first group is called Anya Samana. There are 13 of them. Anya Samana. No? In Pali, when you have the N, no, with the bar above it, it has the sound nya. No? Anya. Anya Samana. 13. Akusala 14. And Sovana 25. So you just know up to this stage. So these are given on page 61. Please look at the 61 about those 3 groups. Now what do you call Anya Samana Cetasikas in English? We say general mental concomitants. Akusala is immoral or unwholesome mental concomitants. That is akusala. And Sovana, you already know, Sovana is beautiful mental concomitants. So those 13, no, they are the general one. Or you might say they are the neutral one. So we have something about them in the next topic. So you take Anya Samana Cetasikas as our next topic. So we have to say there, these 13 Anya Samana Cetasikas can associate both with Sovana and Asovana Cetas. They are neutral and they enhanced the properties of the Cetasikas with which they associate. They are again divided into 2 subgroups. One, Sabba Ceta Sadharana. Can you read? Sabba Ceta Sadharana. So, now Sabba means all. Ceta means consciousness, you know that. So Sadharana is associated with. So these are the Cetasikas that associate with all Ceta. So you have the meaning below there. So when you say Sabba Ceta, you just know it is all Ceta. Sadharana means associate with. So since these 7 Cetasika, no, they associate with all Ceta, they are actually essential for each Ceta to cognize its sense object. Now when we say a Ceta is aware of its sense object, no, to be aware of the sense object, the Ceta needs the help of these 7 Cetasika. So we also call them the essential Cetasika. No, they are essential for each Ceta to know the sense object. And the second group we call Pakinaka. No, Pakinaka means particular. Particulars which selectively associate with some Sovana as well as with some Asovana Ceta. So you now know these Anya Samana Cetasikas, no, basically they are neutral. No, they are neutral. So now, ethically you will say they are neutral. They are neither wholesome or unwholesome. But they can associate with both Asovana and the Sovana. So among the Cetas here, when we say the good and the bad ones, no, we don't say good and bad. We just say Asovana and Sovana. No, so they can associate with the Sovana, beautiful Cetas, Asovana, the not beautiful Ceta. So they can associate both ways. No, both ways, both the Sovana and Asovana. So when they associate with the good ones, so they will enhance the properties of the good qualities. So when they associate the bad one, so they also enhance the bad quality. So they can go both ways, both ways. So among them, the Sabba Ceta Sadharana, they associate with all the Ceta. Now these 7 are given in the next topic. So let's read these 7. No, that's the 7 Sabba Ceta Sadharana Cetasika. So you just read number 1 at the bottom there. They are Phassa, contact or mental impression. The next one, Vedana, feeling or sensation. 3, sanya, perception, and cetana, volition or intention. Ekagata, one-pointedness, concentration, and jivitendriya, vitality or psychic light, and manasikara, attention or advertence. So these are the 7 essentials, no? The essential one. And usually here, if you take the initial one, you can also make it rhyme again. No, you can make it rhyme actually. So in Myanmar, usually we try to note this. Pa, pat, no pat, the first one, passa. You just take pat. Pat way. Way is Vedana. Pa way san che. That's what we say. No, san is sanya, che is cetana. Pa way san che, e jimana. E jimana. No? A means ekagata. G is jivitendri, and mana is manasikara. E jimana. No? E jimana. No? And you can say e jimana sabba cetasika. No? Sabba cetasika. So that means sabba cetasika. So you can make the rhyme now. So by that rhyme you can know these 7 cetasika. No? Phagwe sanje e jimana. Phagwe sanje e jimana. So we know these 7. Now, these cetasikas, no, they have special function. Now we give you now is the essential meaning. So at least you should be familiar with the name and this meaning, this essential meaning. When we say phassa, you should know it is the contact or the mental impression. So we give you further explanation, no, for each one on the next page. Now what is phassa? No, phassa is there. Now you say the contact or the mental impression. Now here we say phassa furnishes the contact between the sense object, the sense organ, and the citta. For example, the contact between visual object, visual organ, that is the eye, and the eye consciousness, Chakku Vajnana, is accompanied by phassa. Without phassa, there will be no sense impression and consequently no cognition. Now I give you some explanation here. No, the last time I told you about the arising of eye consciousness. Now, how does the eye consciousness arise? So when you look at me, no, my visible object, it's my appearance, no, is the visible object. So we say it is a striking element, no, last time. And your eye, your pupil there, no, you have the sensitive matter there, very sensitive, so that no, the image can appear there. So we say that no, that is your eye. Your eye is the receiving element. So when they strike, no, by that contact you get eye consciousness as the resultant element, we say. So actually eye consciousness arises in the eye, no, at the point of contact between the sense object and the eye base there. So again we call the eye base here. So you will know this eye base, no, later on. So when you get the contact there, eye consciousness arises. As soon as eye consciousness arises, these 7 cetasikas arise together. Remember? So these 7, they are present in every citta. So as soon as eye consciousness arises, these 7 cetasikas arise together. They arise together with the citta, remember? No, they arise together with the citta. So this phassa makes the contact between the visible object and the citta, also with the other cetasika. No, so it makes the contact. Remember, the visible object is the material, is a material object. The visible object is a material object. Citta cetasikas are their spiritual entity. No, you call nama. They are spiritual entity. So you only when you get the contact, you will get the impression. When you get the contact, you get the impression of the sense object. Only then you'll be aware of the sense object. So without the contact, you cannot see the sense object. The same thing with the ear consciousness. You get the sound striking the ear consciousness what arises. As soon as ear consciousness arises, you still get these 7 cetasika. So phassa will make the contact between the sound and the citta and other cetasika. So to get contact there. So you'll be aware of the sound. So this contact is necessary to be aware of each sense object. Now, so in Malaysia, maybe like Myanmar, you have the mangoes and some sour fruits. So when someone is eating some sour fruits, with salt or something like that, if you look at that person, what happens to you? What happens to you? What do you say? You have saliva coming. So how does the saliva comes up? So we say because of this phassa, contact. Because that contact, you get the saliva coming down there. So, and also because of this contact, when the sense object, the visible object and the citta and cetasika, when they make the impression of the contact is to such an extent that they produce sense feeling. Because of the phassa, you will get the vedana. So in the Paticcasamuppada, you saw phassa paccaya vedana. Because of this contact, you get the vedana. But actually, as soon as phassa arises, as soon as you get the contact, the feeling also arises. They arise together. So the next, the cetasika is vedana. So we already see that there are 5 types of vedana there. So in the next chapter, the Buddha would say, if the sense object is pleasant, then it will produce pleasant sensation. You get the pleasant feeling. You get pleasant feeling. If the sense object is not agreeable, you don't like it, you hate it, so you will have what? You will have painful sensation. You have painful sensation. So if the sense object is just neither very appealing or not just the mediocre so it would be neutral feeling. So they will produce the feeling in you when you get the sense contact. Contact with the senses will produce the feeling. So this feeling, sensation, is very important to us. You remember? All of us are looking after pleasant sensation. You want to enjoy sense objects. You want to know the sense pleasure. You like it, sense pleasure. You like to watch the TV, listen to the good songs, eat good foods. Why? Why do you crave for this thing? Actually, this sense pleasure comes from that pleasant sensation. You are actually craving for that sense sensation, pleasant sensation. So the Buddha said, you always crave for pleasant sensation. Even when you get the unpleasant sensation, again you crave for the good sensation again. Because you don't want it. Oh, it's better if I get that. So if the food, the curry is not good today, oh, it's good if I have the chicken curry I ate yesterday. So you always crave for this. So again, vedana paccaya tanha. You are familiar with it? In the dependent arising. This vedana, sensation, will give rise to tanha, is craving. So because of this, craving will arise in you. And so that craving is craving for this sensation. So this sensation is very important to all beings. Because every living being. So we are chasing after this pleasant sensation. You are working from morning till night to make much money. Why do you want to make so much money? Just to enjoy this sense pleasure. To sense the sense pleasure. So the Buddha said this sensation, this feeling is very important. So this Chaitanya, only this one Chaitanya, this Vedana, one Chaitasika, he makes a khanda. So he say that the feeling you are now enjoying, and the pleasant, unpleasant, the neutral feeling, you have enjoyed now, you have enjoyed in the past, that you enjoy in the future, and all the sensation enjoyed by others. So he grouped them together, and he call it Vedana khanda. So we have that here, I think, no? So among the Vedana there, if you look at the fourth paragraph up there, a whole group of feeling, past, present, future, one's own and external means the feeling enjoyed by other people, external, is designated as a Vedana khanda, one of the 5 groups of existence. So when the Buddha said, a human being is made up of just 5 groups of existence. So this Vedana Chaitasika, this one Chaitasika, is made one group of existence. So it is called a Vedana khanda. So it is very important. This feeling is very important to us. So the next one is sanya. So sanya, the basic meaning. You should be familiar with the basic meaning. At the top there, you get sanya is perception. Now, the sanya, perception means you perceive the sense object. You take note of the sense object. So, we are in contact with various sense objects. So whenever we in contact with the sense we take note of this sense object. What is its shape? What is its color? So what is its form? What is the name? So you always take note. So by taking note of this sense object, you remember them when you see them again. When you see them again. So this perceiving is quite important again. Without this perception, you would not be able to speak. You will be dumb without perception. Just as a child, we don't know how to speak. But when the parents, they speak and they teach us, we try to note, to take note of that. That is perception. You are trying to take note of this. So this child, he would say, oh, mommy, mommy, daddy. So from that, he will increase his vocabulary, then he can remember that. So, according to Abhidhamma, our memory is not the brain. It's not the brain. The brain is not just a physical matter. It's a matter. The science would say it is very similar like a supercomputer, they say. The brain may be a supercomputer. But the supercomputer has to be programmed, has to be run by a human being. The same thing, your supercomputer brain must be must be operated by the mind. So it must be operated by the mind. So whenever you take the data, so when you see a person, you try to take note. What is his form, shape, his address, his color, his business. So you try to note all these things. So science would say you note it in the brain, they say. But they cannot show definite result that these records are in the brain because they make the brain research. So they cannot see those records, but they try to stimulate with the electrode. So they try. You open up your skull, you expose the brain and try to take on try to put the electrode there. So when you stimulate the electrode, so you remember something which happened in the past. So they say, oh, that knowledge must be stored here. So when you put another thing, oh, you remember another one. But they could detect only a few things, very few facts. So sometimes, you place here, you get, say, the mother calling her children. And then another thing, the same thing, come up. So, they don't have the systematic record there. So, according to our Abhidhamma explanation, these Sanya. It arises with the chitta. As it arises, it takes note. It takes note. No? All these things, it takes note. It takes note and it dissolves with the chitta. But this chitta, they have the special property. Every chitta and every cettasika. Now when they dissolve, they leave behind the information that they get in the mental stream. That is, it passed the information to the next arising chitta. So when they dissolve, they pass this information, they just transmit it to the next arising chitta. So, your memory now is in the next chitta. When the chitta dissolves again, it passes all this memory to the next arising chitta. So the chitta and cettasika, they arise and dissolve one after another. But these information are stored up in the mental stream, we say. So it remains in your mental stream. Just like we are having the cassette recording now. So the cassette, they have very small line there. It can record the many things there. Now you are having the diskette. It can record many things in this little thing. So the same thing, the mind can do that. It can take note of all these things. So all what you are not taking, the perception, taking notes, what is his name, what is his business. So you are putting in data here. Just like you put data into the computer. So all these are stored up. So all these are stored up in your mental stream. So you can remember them. If you can recall them, you can remember them. Because they are here. They are here. So now if you look, if you think of the Petronas, the tower, you see the tower. Why do you see it? Because you have seen it and you have stored up the information here. So you just recall it. You can see it. We can talk because all this vocabulary we have stored here. So we can make use of that. And one very good evidence that this storage are in the mind, not in the brain, is what some people can recall their past existences. Many people can recall their past existences. How can you do that? If you are born, it's just like Descartes, the philosopher Descartes said, when a human being is born, his brain is blank. Nothing has been recorded, it's blank. So no record of the past. So it is a new brain. So it is just a blank slate, they said. So in your life, you come across many things, so you start writing only from that. So according to the materialistic, the theory of brain theory, you cannot remember your past existences. But according to the Buddhas, or the Abhidhamma, when you die, your last chitta, so has all the information of this existence. Now, as soon as you die here, there's no break in the mental stream. Your last chitta dissolves here, and your rebirth consciousness will arise in the next place. So they have the connection here. All the information here will be carried over to the next chitta in the next existence. So some people can remember their past existence. So this is the sanya. Sanya. So because of sanya, we can speak. We know that where do we live, and who are our parents, and who are our wife. If we don't have sanya, if we have no perception, if they don't take note of that, then we would not know what is my name. I would not know what's my name. So if you call Dr. Mon, I don't know that's my name. So after the class, if you have no notation of where do you live, where would you go? You don't know where to go. So if you don't remember who is your wife, so you can you see another woman. Oh, this must be my wife. So we cannot live. We cannot survive. So sanya is very important. So again, Buddha make it a group of existence. One group of existence again, the sanya. So on page 63, the second paragraph there, The whole group of perceptions, past, present, future, one's own and external, is designated as Sanyat Khanda. Khanda means group, not just a group. A group of Sanya, which is also one of the 5 groups of existence. So, you can see all of these Cetasika are very, very significant. Each Cetasika is very significant. So, these are arising in us. We are not, we don't know about these things. But now, we can see how significant they are. Now the next one, Chetana, is again very, very significant. This Chetana. Well, we can read a little bit, please read together. Chetana coordinates the mental states associated with on the subject of consciousness, like a chief disciple or like a farm owner who fulfills his duty and regulates the work of others as well. Chetana fulfills its function and regulates the functions of other mental concomitants associated with it. And that paragraph is important. So this Chetana, it performs its function. It performs its duty, its work. And it also acts on other Chitta and Cetasika. It's associate that associate with it. So it also activates others to perform their respective job. So we give the example like a farm owner, the farmer. So he owns a land. Now he is going to reap his land. So he can't do alone, so he had to hire some workers. Now, as he had to pay money, he wants the work to be done. So to get the work well done, what would he do? So he himself should get into the field. So ask the other people to stand in line. Okay, now let's reap this plot. Okay. So he reaps and he asks others to do the same. So the work will be done very efficiently, right? So that is the way the Chetana used to do. It does its work and it also acts on others to do their work. And the next, Chetana acts on its concomitants, acts in getting the object, and acts on accomplish the task. Thus it determines action. Now that is important. It determines action. So each action is done by the Chetana, according to the Buddha's explanation. Again here, I will give you one example. Now, for example, a mosquito bites your forehead. So since you feel it's very painful, would you be smiling or what would you be? So would you be smiling? No. What happened to you? You get angry. This mosquito, it bites me so painfully. So as soon as you get the pain, dosa arises. So you get angry. Dosa. So dosa is very destructive. So dosa wants to kill it. Oh, this mosquito, is my enemy, is hurting me. It should be killed. So dosa would like to kill the mosquito. But dosa cannot do the killing. It is the Chetana that brings about the killing. This Chetana, now it associates with dosa. It associates with dosa and it becomes a dosa Chetana. So it is a destructive Chetana now. So because of that. So Chetana sets the intention, makes the decision. Now this mosquito must be killed. So it makes the decision. And then, it makes the intention. The intention to kill the mosquito. Now, in order to accomplish the killing, it acts on other Chitta and Cetasika. It's associated. Now, you do your work. We must kill this mosquito. Okay, you do your work. So the Chitta moves the hand. So the hand cannot move by itself. So in Abhidhamma, the Chitta will produce Chittaja Rupa, we say. So the Chitta, it can create matter. And by this method, your hand, actually it moves like that. No, it moves like that and it smashes. So the mosquito dies. Now, who killed the mosquito? No, you might say. So if you say, oh, the hen, you smashed the mosquito, so you are the killer. So what would the hen say? No, I cannot move by myself. It's the cheetah that moves me. I don't know what to do. So, no, I'm not the killer. So you would say, the cheetah, you are the killer since you moved the hen and killed the mosquito. So the cheetah would also say, oh, I am just aware of the sense. No, it is painful. I just know it is painful. I know it is the mosquito is biting. I just know that. I have no motive, no intention to kill the mosquito. It's the Chaitanya that acts on me. That acts on me. So not to move the hand, so I move the hand. So who is the real killer? So it becomes the Chaitanya. No, the Chaitanya is the real killer. For example, the chief engineer is building a bridge. No, he's building a big bridge. He cannot build alone, so he needs many workers, assistants. But he gives the direction. So you do this, you do your job. So the bridge is built. So when you say, who built the bridge? So what do you say? The chief engineer built the bridge. Could say that. The same thing, the Chaitanya. So the Buddha said, Chaitanaham bhikkhave kamma vadami. So that Chaitanya I call the karma, the action. So we give that the next paragraph there. So according to Anguttara Nikaya, Buddha remarked, volition is action. No? Thus I say, O monks, for as soon as volition arises, one does the action, be it by body, speech, or mind. So you perform the actions in three ways, either bodily, verbally, or mentally. And again, this body, the mouth cannot move by themselves. They have to move by the mind. And the mind moves them because of the instruction, or the order from Chaitanya, the volition. So as soon as the volition say, hey, you must do that, so you perform the action, either by deed, by speech, or by your thinking, by thought. You can also form the mental action by thought. So all these actions are brought about by Chaitanya. Because of the Chaitanya, this action arises. So this action and Chaitanya are taken together, are identified. So the Buddha said, this action is Chaitanya. Chaitanya brings the action is the Chaitanya. So the action here is, we call the karma. We call the karma. So to give you a little idea of this karma, remember when you smash the mosquito here, so how much time would you need? To smash it, you need at least about 3 snaps of the hand. So in that 3 snaps of the hand, 3 billion, more than 3 billion dosa mula chitta will arise. You should know that. That's important. You should know that. So you just take 3 billion dosa mula chitta arises. So in each chitta, you have the Chaitanya, the volition, the Chaitanya, that is doing this action. Now it is seen, it is overseen, so that this action is being done. Hey, don't stop, you kill it. So it is this Chaitanya. So the Buddha said, this Chaitanya, they does the action. They do the action. So they are the karma, the Buddha said. So this Chaitanya, they perform the action, and depending on this action, whether it is moral or immoral, you will get the result. The result of this action. So usually we say, good action will bring about good result. Bad action will give rise to bad result. That is what we can see from this Chaitanya. Doing this action is the result of this action. But karma is 2 ways. Karma is 2 ways. So this is the Chaitanya that perform the action. They are called the karma. Because of them, this karma arises. And because of this karma, you get the result. No? Like if you kill a man, you will be killed, or you may be sentenced to death, and you may be hanged. No? So that is the immediate result. But the more important result is, now as you smash those 3,000 dosa, 3 billion dosa mula chitta, they arise and dissolve. So these chetana, as they arise, they dissolve. When they dissolve, they leave behind their karmic properties. No, so they leave that behind that karmic properties. So it is something similar to the important science law we call the law of conservation of energy. No, the law of conservation of energy says energy can neither be created nor destroyed. You can use the energy to perform action. No, you use energy to perform action, but that energy cannot be lost. It will be converted into another form. It will be converted into another form. That is the law. No, you cannot transgress it. The same thing now, you are using this, the energy of this volition and the Cetasika to do the action here. So this Chaita and Cetasika, after they arise, they dissolve, but they leave behind their property, karmic, the energy. That energy we call the karmic property. So that karmic property is deposited in your mind. So just like I tell you about the sanya, depositing its information in the mind. The same thing now, this Chaita and this volition, the Chetana. When it dissolves, it leaves behind its karmic property, it transmits it to the next arising Chaita. So the karmic property is stored up in the next Chaita. When this Chaita dissolves again, so that karmic property will be transferred to the next arising Chaita. So all these karmic property will be transmitted from Chaita to Chaita to Chaita. So it remains in the Chaita stream. So that karmic properties is like the seeds. Like the seeds. When, say, a tree is in season, it bears many fruits and leaves behind many seeds. Many seeds. The same thing, when you kill a mosquito or you kill a chicken, during that time, many billions of dosa mula Chaita arises with the Chetanas. So when they dissolve, they leave behind billions of akusala karma, unwholesome karma. You have those seeds in you. Nobody can destroy this. It will be in your mental stream. It will follow you from one existence to another. So the Buddha said. So if you perform something with bad intention, that is hurting other people, then that bad karma will follow you. Just like the wheel of the cart follows the bullock. Just like the wheel of the cart follows the bullock, it will follow you. It will follow you. So remember, when you kill a mosquito or a hen or a fish, you kill just one living being. But you get billions and billions of akusala karma. Each karma has the potential to produce one existence. So akusala karma will always bear result in the world for both. So they will produce new existence in the world for both, many existences. So that karma and its result, you should know. So the Buddha said, don't perform immoral deeds. Because the result is terrible. Terrible. You might be killed many, many times for just killing one. So try to know that. Try to know that. So these are the properties of Chetana. So now, Chetana is very important again. Okay. Now the next paragraph would be just take the last paragraph for the Chetana. Excluding Vedana and Sanya, all the remaining 50 Cetasikas, with Chetana as the foremost or as their leader, is designated as Sankharic Khanda formation group which is also one of the 5 groups of existence. Sankhara Khanda. Sankhara means, stands for Chetana. Sankhara stands for Chetana. Khanda means the group. No? So here, what you should know, all the Cetasika, whenever one Ceta arises, there would be at least 7 Cetasika associated with it. So of these 7 Cetasika, Vedana is taken at Vedana Khanda. Sanya is taken at Sanya Khanda. And all the remaining, however the remaining, they are taken as Sankhara Khanda. So you get 3 Khandas from the Chetana, from the Cetasika. How many Cetasika there might be. So if you, when the Buddha group them into Khanda, you get 3 Khandas. Okay, you remember now? So how do you get the 5 Khandas then? When you say, a man is made of 5 Khandas, what are the other 2 Khandas? So all the Cetas will be taken as Vijnana Khanda. Vijnana Khanda. All the Rupa will be taken as Rupa Khanda. So a man is made up of 5 Khandas. You know the 5 Khandas now. Now number 5, Ekagata. Ekagata, let's read again. Ekagata focuses the Ceta and is concomitant on one object. It prevents its adjuncts. Adjuncts means its associate. It's concomitant, the same thing. From dissipation, from wandering away, dissipation, and fixes them on the one object. It is similar to water that binds together several substances to form one concrete mass. It is like a firmly fixed pillar that cannot be shaken by the storm. Ekagata is one of the 5 jhana factors. When developed and cultivated by meditation, it is known as samadhi, is the seed of all attentive, selected, focused, or concentrated consciousness. So, please remember this, ekagata. Eka means one. Ekagata is, combining the Citta and Cetasikas and focus them on one object, to keep them at one object. So we call them one-pointedness. Combining Citta and Cetasikas and focus them at one sense object. That is the action of the Ekagata. And we also call it Samadhi. Samadhi means concentration. The mental concentration is called Samadhi. So the Samadhi, it refers to this Ekagata Cetasika. Now, whatever you do, so in your mind, this Ekagata will arise. So at least you need, some concentration to perform each action. For example, you are taking dinner. Say, you are taking the chicken curry with rice. So you put some chicken in the rice and you are taking the morsel to your mouth. You are about to eat it. So you are taking now. While you are bringing the morsel, now, a visitor comes to your house. So he steps in there. So you look at him. So what happens to this morsel? Does it get to the mouth? No, you stop. That means you cannot finish this eating if your mind is not concentrated on it. As soon as it is divert to other object, so you stop. So if you can't stop it, so it will get to the wrong place. So, the Ekagata is necessary for every work we do. So like in the reading, if you don't have Ekagata, you cannot remember these things. So in order to focus your attention, so to do the work well, you need the Ekagata. So when this Ekagata is developed, you get the jhana. You get the jhana. So that jhana is very powerful. It makes the mind very powerful. So when you can concentrate the mind, it becomes very, very powerful. So this Ekagata, it is the jhana factor. So it is also essential. And the next, Jivitindriya. So Jivitindriya is a combination of 2 terms. So it's good to know that
Now, jivita means life, and indriya means controlling faculty. It is co-jivita because it sustains its concomitant. It is co-indriya because it controls its concomitant. Just as lotuses are sustained by water and an infant by a nurse, so a mental concomitant sustained by jivitendriya. Although Chaitanya determines the activities of all mental concomitants, it is jivitendriya that infuses life into Chaitanya and other concomitants. Now, we call this jivitendriya as the psychic life on page 62. If you look at the essential meaning there, now we give jivitendriya as vitality or psychic life, the life of these mental entities, the life of mental entities. In what sense? So, a good illustration is about those lotuses. So if you have some water in the pond, so this lotus plants, they flourish, they flourish there. Now what happens if the water dries up? If the water dries up, what happens? So these lotus plants, they dry up, they die. So we say water sustains the lotuses. They sustain the lotus. And because of water, this lotus plant is alive. So you can also say water is the life of this lotus plant. Can you say that? So the same thing, this Chitta and Cetasika, when they arise together with jivitendriya, this Cetasika. So this Cetasika, just like water there, it sustains this Chitta and Cetasika to be alive, not to be alive. Without jivitendriya, they cannot survive. They arise and they dissolve without performing their function. They cannot perform their function. As soon as they arise, they dissolve. They cannot do it. Now, to live their whole life, that jivitendriya sustain them. So we call it psychic life. Just in the sense, water is taken to be the life of the plants. So you take jivitendriya as the life of this, the Chitta and Cetasika. So it is not the soul. You don't take it as a soul. And this life, is just momentary, remember. This jivitendriya did arise with the Chitta. So it sustained the Chitta and its concomitants. Then it dissolved. So the next Chitta arises, so you get the jivitendriya again, trying to control this thing. So then they dissolve. So, this is the psychic life. So it needs that. Without that, the Chitta and Cetasika cannot be alive, cannot do their functions. So you need this vitality. For the vitality, you need this, the jivitendriya, the psychic life. So again, important. And the last one, manasikara. Manasikara is the mind's first confrontation with an object and directs the associated mental concomitants to the object. It is therefore a prominent factor in the two vachana chaitas, namely Panchadwara Vachana Chaita and Manodwara Vachana Chaita, that is advertence at the five sense doors and advertence in the mind door. These two states of consciousness breaking through the life continuum Bhavinga from the first stage in the cognition process. So when we talk about the chaitas, we tell you about these two chaita, Panchadwara Vachana and Manodwara Vachana. So we say, when the sense object appear in the sixth sense door, so Panchadwara Vachana would have to confront, to advert the mental stream to the sense object in order to know the object. So, though we say Panchadwara Vachana, so it takes into consideration or it pays attention to the sense object. It is not the Chaita that does it, because Chaita is just awareness of the senses. It is just awareness of the senses. No, so this, no, to pay attention is actually the work of manasikara, no, that is present in those two chaita. Manasikara is the one, no, that takes attention, no, that takes into consideration, or it confronts the sense object in order to know the sense object. So we say here, no, whenever to know a sense object, no, you begin always with pancha dwara vachana or mano dwara vachana, because this chitta must confront the sense object first. So before we know the sense object, only life continuum will arise in us. No? So you know the life, so you might not know very well yet. So we say, we are born with one of Mahavipaka Chitta. No, we are born with one of Mahavipaka Chitta. No, this Mahavipaka Chitta, they perform the function of life the rebirth, and also after that, the life continuum, we say, no, to keep you alive. So this, the Chitta must arise because it's the life continuum. So this life continuum, when it arises, you don't know anything. Like when you are asleep, this Chitta, keeps on arising because the life continuum that keeps you alive. So, no, you don't know anything. But, no, in order to know the new sense object, so that life continuum must be broken. And pancha dwara vachana will come first. So that is what I mean here, just to know that. But you don't need to know that. No? So, this manasikara, no, is in the next paragraph. It's good, I think. Please read it. As the rudder of a ship directs her to her destination, so manasikara directs the chitta in its concomitance towards the sense object. Without manasikara, the mind is like a rudderless ship, and it cannot be aware of an object. We have a saying in Myanmar that runs like this: if we are not attentive, we shall not see even a cave. Well, you have that experience, I think. Sometimes you may be walking, thinking about something. When you are thinking about somebody, like say your child or your friend, is very serious ill, so you are trying to get the doctor. So you are just thinking about the ill person and about the doctor. So as you go, or you may walk or you may drive, you don't see other people coming. Even your friends may be passing by, you won't see them. Sometimes you are so abstract in mind, in thought. So you are walking, you don't see even the car coming in front of you. So when it haunts you, you jump and you try to get away. So, when we don't pay attention, we are not aware of the sense object. That's what it means here. So this manasikara, it's just like the rudder of a ship. So when you try to steer a ship to some destination, so you have to put the rudder so that the ship will go straight to that place. So if the rudder directs to different direction, so the ship will never get to that destination. The same thing, manasikara directs the mind towards the object. So it takes the consideration of that. It makes the chitta and cetasika to go to that direction. So it goes to that direction, to get to the chitta. So when it comes near, the vichaka will apply this chitta and cetasika to the sense object, and phassa will make the contact, so you know the sense object. So that directing the chitta and cetasika towards the sense object is done by manasikara. So it is the first one that confronts the sense object, we say. So it has to take the choice which sense object you want to know. So, and the next one is quite good. Please read. In a more general sense, manasikara appears frequently in the sutta as yoniso manasikara, wise attention or wise reflection, and ayoniso manasikara, unwise attention or unwise reflection. Wise attention leads to moral consciousness, whereas unwise attention leads to immoral consciousness. So, if you want to have moral consciousness, kusala chaita, most of the time, if you want to have the kusala chaita most of the time, you must have wise attention, we say. That is yoniso manasikara. So, the manasikara, it also performs the action of attention or reflection, we say here. So, if you can make the wise attention or wise reflection, kusala chaita will arise. Or if you have the unwise attention, then akusala chaita will arise. So say today is very rainy. So if you say, this rain is a nuisance, it disturbs us to go. So what chaita would you have? You will have akusala chaita. Unless as soon as you don't like it. Now if you say, it's good, we have the rain, so it makes us cool, and it will make the plants grow up, and the fish in the ponds, they will be happy. So if you think like that, the rain will bring joy to many. So what chaita you have? The kusala chaita you have. So it is too hot today. So if you complain, so hot, then now if you are not restless with that, what will be the chaita? What will be the chaita? Akusala chaita. Akusala chaita will arise. Now, if it is hot, so if you make the wise reflection, how would you do it? You should see that, so the weather, it will change from day to day. Sometimes it will be cool and sometimes it will be hot. So it is just natural. So you don't complain of it. You just take of it. The hot means we get more energy from the sun. So that energy, go bring up more production for us. It's good to have the more sun. So you have kusala chaita. So whatever the situation, you can always make the wise reflection. So even somebody come and disturb you, so you make the wise reflection. You don't blame him. This person, he must be ignorant. Otherwise he won't do like that. He is angry with me. He is insulting me. So he is doing a useless thing. So that means he is getting bad karma. Because of that karma, he will be taken to hell. It's pity for him. So in that case, you don't be angry. So you get the kusala chaita. So the wise reflection, if you practice well, so you can develop forbearance, and what the forbearance or patience or tolerance will bring beautiful kusala chaita. I think we have to stop. We can't make much more. Okay. Let's share merit. Idam me punyam asvakhaya vaham hotu. May these merits of mine lead me to the extinction of all defilements. Idam me punyam nibbānassa pacayo hotu. May these merits of mine be conducive to my attainment of nibbana. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. Imam no punya bhagam sabba sattanam dema. We share these merits with all sentient beings. May all sentient beings obtain the share of these merits and be well and happy always. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.